What's up, everybody? Welcome to a new episode in this channel. I'm here getting some sunlight because over the last 13-14 days I have been only playing poker and getting no sunlight because I'm waking up pretty late. And before starting today's episode, which is about the story of my biggest upswing or anything like that, I wanted to get a heads up with you guys. Like, I'm even gonna take off my glass here. What you're about to see is the biggest upswing of my life, but I feel like I should tell you that this number, even though it's a big number and like I'm very grateful for it, is not the only revenue I've been receiving over the last couple months. And this is why I wanted to talk to you that I want you to imagine the best poker player you know, the best, who is the top one. And then I want you to understand that this guy probably doesn't make only money with poker. He probably has other sources of income. And this can be translated to your life too, because even if you are a profitable player, even if you take this game as a hobby, as a profitable hobby, or even if you lose in this game, you can find a way to get other streams of income with poker or without. And it's smart to do that. That's why the best poker player you know is most likely a very smart guy. And because he's a very smart guy, he knows that he's able to build other sources of income. And I wanted to influence you to think about how can you have other sources of income if you already doesn't have that hopefully you do. And I wanted to be transparent to you because over the last month, again, playing poker, even though it is still my biggest source of income, is not my only source of income. And I would like to be transparent with you about that because I feel like this can serve you as an example that you can do that too, you know. And about this episode you're about to see, it's gonna be the story of my biggest upswing. There are many things involved and the episode is done already, but I felt like I should get this heads up here with you because it's gonna be important for your life to be aware that most of the poker players you know, they don't make money only playing poker, but teaching poker or having a channel like I do about poker or getting sponsored by brands that produce poker events or that by casinos. So that's what I wanted to tell you. And now let's go to the episode. What's up, everybody? Today we're gonna go through the story of the biggest upswing of my life. And this upswing happened at Hustler Casino, where I mostly play 5-5-10 or 5-5 when the 5-5-10 was not happening. Also, if you're from Chicago, there's a meetup game coming up on February 26th and 27th. Make sure to come in the meetup game so we can hang out and play poker. I would love to talk to you and get to know you better. And now let's go to the episode. There was no seat available in the 5-5-10 just yet, so I joined the 5-5 as I usually did at Hustler. First hand, I'm on the button, King Jack offsuit, under the gun raises to 20, two players call before me. I'm definitely not folding here. I don't think it's a great option to 3-bet as well, so calling feels like the best option for me right now, and that's what I do. I call. Big blind calls as well when 5 players see a flop of King 10-9 with 2 diamonds. I have no diamond in my hand, and when they all check to me, I'm pretty confident I'm winning here, and I'm gonna bet to protect my equity. I bet $40, big blind and cutoff call, 3 players see the turn, which is a great one, a king of clubs. Now I have trips with a decent kicker. Can I see your stack, please, sir? Thank you. SPR is around 2, so I don't need to bet that big to shove all in the river. I decide to bet to $100, little less than half pot. Only cutoff calls. His effective stack is the same as mine for more than $800. River is a 6 of spades. He checks to me and now I'm gonna bet for value again. I decide to bet $195. He calls, I show my hand and we win. Our seat is ready at the 5-5-10 table. I buy in for 1500, which is the max at this game. And look who's in my table. DGAF himself. And the first hand will be versus him. I'm on the big blind. Under the gun straddles to 20. DGAF open raises to 80. 3 players call. And I see ace king offsuit from the big blind. There is already $350 in this spot. And I have $1450 in my stack. Here I could either go with a 3-bet for something like 420. Or also I could do what I did, which is shoving all in. All in. There is already more than 20% of my stack inside the pot, so shoving all in here is pretty standard. Everybody folds and we win the first hand. Are you winning?
No, no, but I just ran that today.
Oh, it looks like.
Yeah. But I'll still, you know, I'll keep playing.
Next hand, I'm in the under the gun with pocket 9s. I open raise to 35. 2 players call, including DGAF on the middle position. Flop is great for my hand, not so good for my range though. But still, I decided to c-bet 1/3 for $40. Only the DGAF call. We go heads up to the turn, which is a blank, a 3 of spades. I played versus the DGAF another time and he made a sick bluff on me that I folded. So instead of betting again, I decided to control the pot and check this time. He checks back, river is a 10, now I got a straight, and I will definitely bet now, but instead of betting big, I decided to bet half pot for $110, and hopefully the DGAF tries to bluff me, which is not what he does.
I shouldn't, I mean, I have a good hand, but I should fold. Whatever, you're a nice kid, take it.
9s. He calls and I show the 9s, which are good, obviously. Just to give you guys a context about this table, there's a guy in my right that is playing the vast majority of the hands he receives, and he has like more than $3,000 in his stack, which is great. I'm in the best position of the table to try to make money on him, and this is exactly what we're gonna try to do over the next hours. This next hand, I'm in the small blind with ace queen suited, under the gun straddles to 20, 2 callers. I raise to 135 from the small blind. Straddler calls, which he was usually calling all my raises, which is not ideal because that makes other people call more often or even want to squeeze more because he's calling and his range is capped when he does this. And now cutoffs decides to do a weird play, which is re-raising to 380. I fold, and then Straddler in my left decided to shove all in for more than 3,000. Pretty weird play by both players here. Afterwards, Straddler told me he had ace king, and I believe him, even though I cannot be sure about that because he didn't show it to us. Cutoff folded this hand. And now, as I told you before, this guy was the main fish at the table. Everybody was trying to play with him, and because he had such a big stack, all the table agreed to change the game for a 5-5-10-20 uncapped, so everybody would be able to put more chips in the table, and that guy also agreed. So because of this, I bought in for 1,000 more. Again, I was at the best seat at this table to be able to extract money from this guy, which was a great guy, by the way, one who seemed to be very wealthy, which is great for him. This next hand, I'm on the button with pocket 8s, under the gun straddles 20, player in the cutoff calls. I raise to 100, small blind calls as he was usually doing when I raised. Middle position shows all in for 900, and even though I could decide to call here, I'm not getting the worst price. I gotta call 800 for a pot that has 1,155. I decided to fold and choose a better spot to put my money in. Everybody folds and the guy wins the hand. Now this hand we finally get a premium, ace king offsuit. I'm on the big blind, only small blind completes. I raise to $40 in position. Small blind calls in the dark.
I didn't see my hand.
I believe it. Flop is amazing. King 8-3 rainbow. I got top pair, top kicker. Small blind checks to me. I see bet $40. And now small blind does exactly what we wanted him to do. He re-raises for 200. I thought about clicking him, making something like $400. We're playing pretty deep, but I decided not to scare him away. I don't think he has nothing in this board. Actually, he probably didn't even look at his hand still. So I decided to call and let him hang himself and bluff. He checks in the dark and the turn is a blank again, a deuce of diamonds. Now I could either go with betting or checking, and because I feel so safe in this board and I really feel this guy is gonna over bluff in case I check back here, I decided to not be greedy and check this street. River is a king of clubs, amazing card, and now he bets 300. I'm in a very nice spot. Effective stack is mine of 2,200 left, so I decided to raise a sizing that he could decide to shove all in on me and put pressure. So I raised to 800. He folds and we win the hand. Again, the table broke. This happened pretty often at Hustler. I played the 5-5-10 until the table broke, which is a pretty good sign in terms of players realizing that you are a good player, so they don't want to play with you. I rather that not to happen, but because this is happening, this is a good sign that players don't see much advantage to play versus you. And now we're here. At least we won like $700. And this is gonna be the end of this episode. You wanna be in? AKI? You wanna be in AKI? Tell me, bro. Yo, this guy is a rag. This guy is a rag here. Nice guy. Yo, but let me tell you what I'm thinking about the game here in Los Angeles, like at Hustler. Man, every table I sat, there were a lot of space to make money, really. Like many gamblers, many people having fun, which is great. And man, I'm winning more than $11,000 over the last 10 days, playing mostly 5-5 and more 5-10 than 5-5. But man, like my hourly is at 230 an hour. I'm gonna put it somewhere. But yeah, man, it's crazy. I don't think I'm running so hot, you know. I'm running good, you know. From 0 to 10, I'm running a solid 8. but definitely not a 10. And man, things are going great. There's still a lot of game to happen. I'm still in LA for 14 days more, and then I'm going to Chicago. But yeah, man, like, things are going great. Now let's talk about the details of this upswing. That's the sharpest upswing of my life in terms of time and revenue. More than $13,500 in a period of 16 sessions. But I had bigger upswings than this one, but over a way longer period. So that's definitely the best upswing of my life. And most of the sessions were played at Hustler, place where I felt I had a lot of edge versus the vast majority of the players. Place where I felt really comfortable to record as well. I had no problem to do that at any time, and that's always welcome. As lately I've been playing the biggest games of my life so far, it's natural that the biggest upswing of my life is happening. Most likely the biggest downswing of my life will happen as well. But I think the most important thing to tell you guys is that I'm feeling really confident about my game, about that I'm beating those games, that I'm beating those stakes. And that's a result of a lot of studying, more than 11 years playing and studying poker. And it's natural. Like, of course I have to beat a person that is there to have fun while I am studying. I am putting 100% of my effort and my time into poker and creating content for this channel. So that's natural. I feel like that's somehow an obligation to me because I'm putting a lot of effort into poker, so that's natural for me to be doing that. It's important to say that this upswing started off bad. I started losing 1535, then winning 340, and then losing 600 again. But then, thankfully, things started to go our way. 1,738, 450, 735, 1.2k, 1.3k, 999. And then I lost 1.3k, and maybe the upswing was over. But not at all. Right after I had the biggest win of my life, then 1,100, then 910, then 150, then 535, which is this session, and then I lost. But that's a subject for another episode, and this is gonna be the end of this one. Make sure to come in the meetup game in Chicago on Saturday and Sunday, February 25 and 26. I'm gonna be really happy to see you and talk to you. If you enjoyed this episode, there are plenty others in this channel that you'll also enjoy as well. Just click any of the options in the screen. The mission of this channel is helping you become a better poker player, and see you next time.